Well, today I'm looking at the Qashqai from Nissan. In the United States, this vehicle is going to be called Rogue Sport. I guess the American market, they believe Rogue has a lot of value, so a sportier version and a smaller package is the way they're going. In Canada, we like vehicles that are just a little bit smaller, so Nissan is hoping to build a whole brand around Qashqai, which is the vehicle's real name. It's been sold in Europe for many years, and when they decided to refresh and update the vehicle, that's when they thought they'd bring it into North America, because the subcompact utility space is growing. You've got the HR-V from Honda, you've got the CX-3 from Mazda, and you've got the new entry, the CHR from Toyota/Scion into the marketplace. So here comes Qashqai. So what does this vehicle have that the others don't? Well, in my opinion, it has a much more practical layout and design. A couple of those cars, actually three of them, the CHR, the HR-V, and the new Mazda, all have hidden door handles in the back. This is a conventional design. They're not trying to make it look like a coupe. It is what it is. It's a smaller version, really, of the Rogue, which is Nissan's best seller. So they stick with what has worked. It's easier to get in and out of. It's a much more functional design, and it could actually be used for a family where some of those other vehicles are just a little bit too small. Another trend we're seeing, even though people want a smaller vehicle, they want all the same stuff you get in much more expensive vehicles. For example, this new Qashqai is available with LED headlamps. This one has 19-inch wheels. The middle trim has 17-inch wheels. It's got a very nice shape around the back. It makes it easy to get in and out of the cargo area. There's a false floor in there that has even more storage space. And as I mentioned, people want a smaller vehicle, but they want all the stuff they get in the more expensive Rogue, and they do that inside. This is like a regular compact utility, just slightly smaller. And even though it starts under $20,000, it doesn't look cheap in any way. Soft touch materials on the dash, on the doors. I especially like here in the center of the console, there's padding around that. You don't see that in some luxury cars. Now, on top of that, you get standard heated seats, as I mentioned, under 20 grand, and you get a standard backup camera. You also get a 7-inch display audio system in the center of the dash, and you can get satellite radio, a round view monitor, and of course, navigation. And because this has a conventional shape, the back seat actually is quite roomy. I don't think it's good for small kids. It's probably better for a young couple or empty nesters. It's perfect for that. But I gotta say, I think it's really, really well done considering the starting price is 20 grand. Now, the thing is, you can get all of the features, leather wrapped steering wheel, shift knob, leather seats, heated seats, and all of the in-dash tech that you could want. But you know what? Even with that, the price is right around $30 for the top model. So I think they're gonna have a real hit on their hands. Under the hood, they didn't wimp out with the engine. Okay, so under the hood of this Qashqai, they didn't go with a 1.6 or 1.8 liter. They went with a solid 2-liter engine. It's got 141 horsepower. You can get it with a 6-speed manual transmission with front-wheel drive. If you want to go all-wheel drive, you have to go to the continuously variable transmission. We've seen that with other vehicles like the Juke from Nissan. That vehicle has the same kind of setup. Now, one of the biggest differences between this and other products in the marketplace is independent rear suspension. Now, some people comment and they say, Zach, how much of a difference does it make? Well, it makes a massive difference. If you drive a vehicle back to back, one that doesn't have independent suspension, the one that does, it's really quite noticeable. And going around corners, you can get the power down through preset mimic gears with the CVT, and it really does feel quite refined and upscale considering the price. As I mentioned, it starts under $20,000, but it doesn't feel inexpensive. It actually feels like a quality product. I think Nissan has done such a good job with this Qashqai. It feels upscale, it looks upscale, and it has a pretty good engine under the hood that there's going to be people that go into the Nissan dealership and go, there's the Rogue. To get all of the stuff I want, I can get it in just a slightly smaller package. I'll take a Qashqai. The only thing that Nissan in Canada is going to have a hard time getting people to understand is the name Qashqai. But once it becomes part of our vernacular in the automotive space, I think it's going to do quite well. They just hit it out of the park with the Rogue. It sells incredibly well, and I think this car is going to be a home run as well. So the Qashqai is very competitively priced. The base front-wheel drive model starts just under $20,000. The first all-wheel drive, roughly $24,000, and the top-of-the-line model you see here, just under $30,000. It's the same packaging, except in a smaller size than the Nissan Rogue. This Qashqai is guaranteed to be a hit.